You tell me who's doing this right now, bro. A gentleman asked me how it was that I was able to go live on TikTok with 2 cameras while actively riding. You're gonna need a couple of things: a laptop, a smartphone with a data plan, a camera, or 2, however many you want. I'm gonna use 2. I'm gonna show you how to do 2. Whether it connects via USB Type-C or whether it's own cable, you're gonna need a long enough cable to connect it to the laptop so that it can reach from either point of the motorcycle, from the front to back or from the back to the front. You're also going to need a book bag, specifically a mesh book bag with holes. Because if you live in a hot climate like how I do, I live in Florida, you don't want a bunch of electronics in a closed book bag in the middle of the summer heat or any heat whatsoever. You're going to damage your devices, and you're going to risk the devices having to shut down on you without you knowing because it needs to cool down. And depending on which camera you have, you're going to need mounting options. Depending on which device you have, is going to be different. I have a Canon EOS Rebel. It's like an older camera. It shoots 1080p. That's all I really need. And I'm also going to be using an Insta360 X4. I just bought the motorcycle bundle. So if you don't have a camera, I would definitely recommend the Insta360 X4 with some mounting options depending on which vehicle you're on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up connections, and they go under mobile hotspot and tethering. We're going to pull out the laptop, and we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go to network and internet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take data from the phone. We're going to connect it via a USB Type-C. You're gonna want a data cable, so it has to be a data cable, and it has to be a long one. So it's gonna be, you're not gonna be able to go to the corner store or the gas station and get one for $5. And this is what they look like. But well, the one that I use, this is what it looks like. Oh, well, yeah, that's another thing. You're gonna need like one of these bad boys, one that connects via Type-C or USB-A and connect it to the laptop, so that you can connect all the cameras together. I also got these adapters. They take a USB-C and turn it to USB-A. On your laptop, it might be different. You might not have enough USB-C ports, and you might not have enough USB-A ports. So now we're gonna go under connections. I already connected it, so I might be good. And boom, it's connected. And you can see it down here. And the good thing about this is you can still use your data on your phone. So if you need to be on the chat and reading the chat, you can. Just make sure you pull over, right? Don't risk yourself. Don't get hurt. Don't cause an accident. Stay safe always. I shouldn't be talking because I never wear my helmet or my gloves, but we're going to open up the actual TikTok studio app, and it looks like this little pink logo with the white TikTok logo. I actually have to sign into my proper account because this isn't perfect health. This is my music. Not everyone is going to have access to live. That's actually your first part. You need to have, I think it's at least 50 followers. Sometimes TikTok will grant you free access temporarily. It did that for me for like 2 accounts. For my last account, my gaming account, which is Imperfect Spawns, I had to actually earn the followers. But luckily I had a video that did very well. I got like 20,000 plays, and I was able to get like live access. There are some restrictions because it's a relatively new right away. You got to go live 3 times for 25 minutes each before it can grant you access to use external cameras. So just go live, do some like Q&A sessions so that TikTok gives you the full access, because you're gonna need that US external camera access to connect external cameras. So then you just click on go live. So now the next step is you're gonna go into settings, because obviously you're gonna have to be able to close the lid. By default, the laptop shuts down. So you need to be able to continue using the laptop while the lid is closed. You could type it in on the settings. I think it's close lid. Change what close the lid does, because by default it's set as sleep and stuff like that. And you go to when I close the lid, do nothing, so that when you close it, it doesn't go to sleep, it doesn't power off. Boom, it's still there. Now we're gonna go over to the cameras, and boom, this is my Canon EOS Rebel. Usually what you need to do is just power it on, put it under video. And the reason why I told you to get the creator bundle or whatever it's called is because they have different attachments like this. I don't need this one for my Insta360, so I have an extra one that came with the kit for me to connect other cameras. Alrighty, my GoPro just died, so that's the camera. We're gonna have to do it from here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the Insta360 and we're gonna connect it with the selfie stick. And like I said, luckily I bought the motorcycle bundle, and it has this clamp and then that part right there, so that I can just connect it like this here. Right? And this pull outs like so. Pull outs all the way. And the camera just connects on that end like so. And then from this side, we're gonna put it in here. Put it in this little claw so that it grips. And ready to go, like so. Grab another, well, this one actually. This one is for the Canon. And then we're gonna grab this other free cable and connect it to the USB on this thing. All right, which is right over here. You're gonna power it on and it should automatically go into webcam mode. Now, the only bad thing about this setup, you're gonna be limited to like 1080p and 30-60 frames depending on it. So that's the only thing. But I mean, if you're live streaming, it doesn't really matter because first of all, you're live streaming on data. You're not gonna have a good enough connection to stream in 4K. Also, a lot of people when they're watching it, quality is gonna go down because not a lot of people have the capabilities of even streaming in 4K anyways. It's not even a standard. I got like a good hour of like, you know, streaming with the cameras and stuff like that. You can connect a external, like a power bank. For the laptop, you need like an actual power bank, and that could be heavy. And it defeats the purpose of traveling as light as possible anyway. So I just charge it fully and just ride for as long as I can. Thankfully, TikTok Live Studios, it saves it as you record, as you stream. If the cameras die, you'll keep streaming. The cameras just won't be on. And if the laptop dies, TikTok Live Studio actually saves it on your dashboard, on your account. It will be saved, I promise. Right, so then now you go over here to camera, you go to sources, camera, go down here to add, EOS webcam utility, add source. Then you're gonna do it again, right? We're gonna pop this up right here. We're gonna go to Insta360 X4. You click add source, right? And there you go, your two cameras. So then you can decorate it with text. I added my banner. Yeah, and that's about it. Boom, man, perfect rev. That's the right one, right? And that's it. You click on go live. You know, you set your title. All right, have you ever seen a biker film a motovlog, but live? Now you have. Click live. And then now you're good to go. And now you're officially going live. People are going to be pouring in real quick. We're going to close this. So now all we got to do is put this bad boy inside that bag. The fans are on the bottom, so you want to make sure that points away from your back because the heat on your back and the heat of this is not a good combo. Okay, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to take the book bag this way. Since there's nothing else in my book bag but like a charger, the heat is going to be facing outwards. Now, the only problem I have is I forgot to get the smartphone piece, the connector that connects via USB, so that my mic can capture the audio. So right now I'm going live without a volume. So I mean, I guess it is what it is. Grab the cables. You know, you could always hide it under the seat and just kind of measure how much cable you need to tuck in. And that's it. You just go for a ride, man.
Doc, can I help you?
Hi, how you doing? Can I do a double chocolate donut and a secret croissant sandwich with 2 slices of cheese?